Liberal leaders don't seem to be big fans of liberal policies. Take radical Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. He's practically famous for not prosecuting violent criminals and for charging Marine Daniel Penny in the death of the mentally ill homeless man who was threatening subway riders. Now it looks like Bragg's afraid of the monster he created.
I know the statistics that transit crime is down, but when one of my family members gets on the train, I too get a knot in my stomach.
Bragg's not alone. 61% of the New Yorkers say they worry they could become a victim. Residents in other liberal areas feel the same. But Democratic Mayor Eric Adams thinks it's all just media hype.
They start their day picking up the news, the morning papers. They sit down and they see some of the most horrific events that may happen throughout the previous day. It plays on your psyche. We're clear on that. But my mission is to move people from what they felt to what they're feeling. And no one can take away the fact this city is humming.
Felt to feeling. City's humming, Harold.
So I think I learned a long time ago in politics that you can't tell someone how they feel. And you can't tell someone if they don't feel safe, you can't tell them that they're safe. And if they don't feel financially better off, you can't tell them they're financially better off. You can meet them where they are and try to demonstrate how the numbers are improving and ask them what more can you be doing. But I think that the most interesting and telling piece in our opening there was Alvin Bragg saying that he too is concerned when a family member, he gets, I think he said, a knot in his stomach when a family member's on the subway. I think the mayor is doing a good job, but he's not doing a good job on this issue here, the way he's talking about it. If I were him, if I were going to have that comment that he made, he's a friend, I'd have been on the subway making that comment.
Shouldn't Alvin Bragg, Judge Jeanine, ride the subway like some of these other politicians do?
Alvin Bragg and Mayor Adams should both be on that subway. Tell the mayor to stop with the night stuff and spend more time during the day. And if 81% of New Yorkers feel that crime is a very serious issue and more than 60% are worried they're going to be a victim, then it's not about perception or how they're feeling or how the press is telling them how to feel. It's because they know what to feel. They're afraid they're going to become victims. And, you know, when Adam Bragg says he admits he has a knot in his stomach. I mean, well, maybe he should think about Daniel Penny. When Daniel Penny felt that knot in his stomach. But I think he's going to go the same way as Lori Lightfoot.
Oh.
I think that Mayor Adams is doing the same thing. She reprimanded the press. She said they're making it all up. He's doing the same things. He's saying the press is going out of their way and the New Yorkers are too dumb. They have to believe what they're reading in the newspaper. He's going to go the same way she is because New Yorkers need this city to be safe, for businesses to be successful, and for people to feel that they want to live here.
New Yorkers have been waking up in the morning and reading the newspaper for a pretty long time, Dana. What's changed?
Well, that's the thing. I love that observation, Judge, about Lori Lightfoot, because I hadn't thought about it that way. She did start to do that. Remember, it was everybody else's fault but hers. It was like, guys, like you can actually see with your own eyes. On Monday morning, what would we report? What happened in Chicago over the weekend? Yep. And here, we're living amongst it. And this is the most traveled to city in America, second most traveled to in the world. Paris is first. I don't know why. But I look at some of the people that are traveling here. I'm like, I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the tourists and say, it is so dirty. It's so filthy. I'm so sorry. There is trash everywhere. I'm so sorry that you have to dodge to make sure you're not getting attacked, including on the front page of the New York Post this morning. They have a picture of a guy at 10 a.m. in a very crowded Times Square with a huge knife walking around at 10 a.m. And there's all these tourists there, and they work hard. They bring their families here. They're paying more for their hotel rooms because guess what? More than half the hotel rooms are filled with migrants. So that means there's a law of supply and demand. That means the cost for the tourists goes up. And I just want to apologize to them on behalf of people who live here.
How cute is it that Dana wants to apologize to tourists that our city isn't clean?
It's disgusting. I do feel bad. It's embarrassing.
All right. Greg?
I think tourists are part of the problem, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do. And I'll tell you why. Because they always give money to the panhandlers. I lecture them. I go, do you want me to go to where you live and find somebody living in front of your place and give them money to stay there? Because that's what you're doing right now in my neighborhood, big jerk. Then I punch them in the face.
Wow.
And then I run and I hide. You know what kills me is that I respect what the mayor's trying to do, but that's not the truth. The crime isn't in our head because he's saying it has to do with media coverage, but we know better than anybody that the media basically dead walked the crime wave for 2 years, right? Because they didn't want to link it to the post-George Floyd riots. We saw this coming. We saw that the Ferguson effect take hold. But the media spent a long time basically gaslighting, a phrase I hate, but gaslighting us, saying, oh, it's not that bad. No, it's because nobody's processing the crimes. It's not like the crime is going down. And Bragg should be lucky it was just a knot in his stomach, right? Could have been a knife. You know, he basically just admitted that his policies put his family in danger. That's some kind of dad.
Yeah.
Like, Daddy, why am I scared on the subway? It's because I put ideology over decency and morality. It's on me that you might get hurt. I mean, he just admitted he's a crappy dad.
And he won't do anything about the knot.
Yeah, yeah.
He can still do something.
No, he'd rather put his family at risk.
Right.
Jerk.
All right. And I think we learned one thing. Tourists do not give any money to the homeless.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.